A woman is in the hospital this afternoon being treated for gunshot wounds from Larimer County deputies. Sheriff's officials say the woman had an outstanding warrant but did not pull over. Thank you for joining us right now on 9 News at Noon. I'm Erica Lopez. No one else was hurt, and the woman's condition right now has not been released. This all started around 1:30 this morning east of Loveland, just south of I-25 and Highway 34. Larimer County deputies found a car whose owner had a warrant and revoked license. The deputies tried to pull her over, but she took off, leading them on a chase for about 10 miles at 100 miles per hour. They put down spike strips to stop her, but those didn't work. She eventually stopped several miles away, but deputies say she got out of the car with a gun. That's when they say they hit her at least once. It is not clear whether she pointed her gun at those deputies. She is in the hospital right now, but again, we do not know her condition. 9 News Investigates has inspired a Colorado lawmaker to take aim at the state's red flag law. We reported a man got his guns back after being ruled incompetent to stand trial and went on to be accused in another shooting. The red flag law took effect in 2020, allowing police and family members of someone they believe is dangerous to request a judge to take guns from the person for up to a year. Last year, lawmakers added educators and medical and mental health professionals to that list. Democratic State Representative Judy Amabile is now talking about getting that law expanded again after hearing about Austin Benson. He was accused of shooting at people in Douglas County in 2018. Years later, he was found mentally incompetent. A judge dismissed the charges and his guns were returned to his wife. Then in June, he was accused of using one of those guns to shoot 3 people in Aurora. Amabile wants to require that a red flag petition is filed if charges are dismissed in a gun crime because the suspect is not competent.
It makes good sense that they can't get a gun, and that's in law now. And so now we just have to somehow figure out how we can connect the gun laws to the situation where someone's found incompetent.
The state's red flag law has been on the books for about 4.5 years now. So far, 655 petitions have been filed to have guns taken away, and a little more than half of those were approved. Right now, we want to get you started with a live look outside, just out front of our building here over Spear and Logan, where all we can see is blue sky, not a cloud out there. We are in for a hot one today. Thankfully, storm chances are a little bit lower here. With the breakdown this noon is our Weather Impact Team meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Hey, Keely.
Yeah, good afternoon. After a pretty active afternoon yesterday, much calmer weather today. We've got lots of sunshine, and that's really helping warm temperatures up into the mid-90s as we head into the afternoon. Out there right now, we're at 88 degrees at DIA up in the high country. We're in the 60s and 70s. Taking a look at our live radar, we are pretty quiet out there. We are just starting to see in the last 20 minutes, I'd say, those showers and thunderstorms start to fire up across the western slope, starting to make their way over the high country. We'll continue to see those isolated, very spotty showers and storms up there, gradually making their way. May see a few up and down the I-25 corridor, but the strongest storms certainly down there across the southeast corner of the state. That is really the only area we have any type of threat for severe weather as we head into the afternoon. 95, your forecast high here in the metro area, mostly sunny skies. A record 99 that was set back in 2013. Probably a few degrees shy of that. So hot today and tomorrow. Tops your weather headlines. Isolated storms, about a 40% chance tomorrow. More widespread on a Thursday. We do have a cool down in the forecast. We'll talk more about that coming up in just about 10 minutes.
Keely, thank you. And with the heat, now is not the time to be without air conditioning. Several schools, though, have started the year without it. However, come November, voters in Denver will decide on a bond that could change that. As 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon tells us, DPS says it will not affect taxes.
If voters approve it, the $975 million bond would pay for, among other things, installing air conditioning into the remaining 29 schools in Denver Public Schools that don't currently have it. The district says that they would be able to pay off this debt bit by bit under their normal budget, which means no tax increase for you. Last week, the school board unanimously voted to send the measure to voters, and with high temperatures outside like this week, schools like Goldrick Elementary can hit more than 100 degrees in the stairwell. Inside Inside some classrooms, temperatures can climb into the mid-90s. Principal Taryn Rawson says they move kids out of extremely hot classrooms into other spaces when they can. Sometimes they dismiss kids early because of the heat. Goldrick Elementary is one of 29 schools without AC and DPS. That equals around 21,000 students total trying to learn in the August heat.
Most importantly, we're worried about our kids. We want them to be excited to be back at school. We want them to be able to focus and do their best learning in the first few days. And that's a lot to ask of them when they're sweaty and tired and it's 94 degrees in their classroom.
Even if voters do approve this measure, it could still take years for all of the schools to have air conditioning. Entire HVAC upgrades are needed in some of the buildings, and only 7 to 8 schools can be worked on at a time during the summer break. Other things that the bond would pay for include critical maintenance on 154 buildings in the district, as well as a new school in Northeast Denver. In Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
Courtney, thank you. In November, Denver voters will make a decision that will affect taxes. Yesterday, the Denver City Council said yes to increasing the city's sales tax to fund affordable housing. It would add 5 cents to every $10 spent. The council's approval only cleared the way for it to appear on the November ballot. Mayor Mike Johnston unveiled the tax hike plan last month, saying it would bring in $100 million a year for affordable housing. There was a unique legal case that played out in Anglewood. The city sued itself over an issue with its ballot. The city wants to ask voters a bond question in November to improve parks. That bond would raise property taxes about $28 for every $100,000 of home's value. The problem is there are 2 other issues on the ballot. One to have voters directly elect the mayor, and one about filling council vacancies. Based on the city charter, if either one of those are on the ballot, the city cannot also ask the bond question. That conflict led the county clerk to file the lawsuit against the city. Ultimately, a judge ruled all of the ballot issues can happen at the same time. It's too late for the city to put another issue on the ballot asking voters to change the charter, so this will not be an issue again, but it could happen again next year.